All board members are present. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
We don't have anyone here for the open forum, so can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
so moved.
Second.
Any additions or changes? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes 7-0.
I'd like to move that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Any comments?
Yes, in the consent agenda, there are 3 retirements, and I'll take 2, and then Tim's going to do 1 later on. In the Falcon Ridge, and he was at a few other buildings too. Alan Bonesock is retiring as custodian, and he's been here for 45 years, so he certainly will be missed around the different schools. And then out at Eagleview, Mrs. Jean Gerald, who was teaching for 28 years, she's a first grade teacher now, is also retiring. And I know my grandson, who's a 4th grader, had her, and he really spoke highly of her, and he said he's going to miss her, even though they just speak casually as they meet each other.
Thanks, Don, for mentioning that, those 2 employees. And I will mention also, just to add on, Al, I think he's our longest standing employee. Most years of service right now, Al does, so we thank him for that. And obviously, Jean Gerald has been a fantastic teacher for our district. The other one that I want to talk about is Cheryl Kolash. This is her 14th year with us as the Health Services Director, has done a fabulous job in our district, overseeing all of our nurses and our health services. She took a job, what she would call a dream job, over at Scott County in the health services field. And so we wish her the best and thank her for her, like I said, 14 years of employment here. So
Yeah, she's really done a lot for the district.
yeah, and a lot of things have changed over the years with health services too. So she's kept us on track with everything, and she's been great to work with.
Any other comments? All in favor of approving the consent agenda?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Board committee reports. Policy.
That's me. We reviewed 6 different policies, and most of them had no changes. If they did have a change, it was updating ours to the MSBA's. The one we did change was 714, the fund balance, and we changed the percentage on that from 5% to 8%.
And we've always been, recently we've been way above that 8%. We're currently at, over 20%.
We've been at 23, 24, and way back when our fund balance was very low. As you remember, most of you were on the school board at the time, had a goal to increase it by 1% each year to get to a goal of 5%. The auditor's recommendation is 8%, and I think that's best practice in most school districts, Sandy. And so we're very comfortable at 8%. Is that good for, is that a month and a half of, a little less than a month of for payments for salaries and stuff.
Right. Next we have Southwest Metro.
We had our monthly meeting last Tuesday, and everything is going along very well. We had a labor management committee meeting before that, and also that was a very smooth meeting. Things are going well at Southwest Metro. We will be accepting a new member into the co-op, and it will be Buffalo. So they're joining us in the co-op in the next coming months. So.
And that had to be voted on by superintendents or just the board?
I helped me out on that.
The superintendents voted on that, and then then it goes to official vote.
It was discussed at our January meeting. The the superintendents, gave it their consent.
And
we will vote
and
on.
the way we're formed right now is it takes a unanimous vote to do that. So it was unanimous amongst the superintendents. There was not, if one school district goes against it, it will not go forward. So, and it helps on the north end for services. So.
Do you know if Buffalo has some programs that we're going to take advantage of in their school, or they?
No,
they-
they're going right now with a lot of, not a lot, but I'm not sure how many kids in special ed, but they've got probably at least 6 to 8 kids right now that are receiving special ed services. So,
It's one of the typical reasons for joining the co-op or a co-op, and that is because it helps you find programs that you cannot financially afford to put up by yourself, and do it in a way that's economical and also good for the students too.
Thanks. Did CPAC meet?
And there was no CPAC meeting.
Community ed.
We haven't met lately. However, a couple things. Last week ago Saturday, they had the fishing clinic, and there were tons of kids out, so kudos to the sportsmen. They did an excellent job. And it's getting to be robotics time, too. I think some of you got a card in the mail, so.
And I just got to give some numbers from the first meeting, the first of the year. Total enrollment for winter, spring, that's the brochure that's out currently from December through April, is 486, which she has 400 individuals. And then how that's broken down is youth is 250 enrolled, and then adult enrichment is 242 enrolled. So she's got.
And when is the summer brochure supposed to come
I'm
out?
thinking May, because the one that's currently out ends in April. So
Early April, yeah.
oh, okay. Oh,
Thank you. The Wellness Committee didn't meet in February, correct?
correct.
And Early Childhood did meet.
Yes, we just had our second meeting. This was formed under the Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation, and the first meeting was spent, there were about 40 people there, and the first meeting was spent listing the area's strengths and gaps in services for families and young children. And then the last meeting last week, we worked on a mission statement for our group, and then we picked 4 strategic areas that we're going to focus on, and they are outreach, coordination of services, health and well-being, and child care. So.
Thank you.
You know, and I just was going to mention the main reason for the coalition is actually, if I'm not mistaken, and tell me, Jean, New Prague was picked. We had some people that sought out to have a coalition formed, at least for the first meeting they were talking about. Since 1986, they've had invested almost $96 million in programming and loans and grants, and this is something New Prague can take advantage of. And also, with this coalition, we could look for grant money for books, for example, or just various programming and initiatives for early childhood. And the mission and the program is geared for Ready for K programming, so it's kindergarten readiness, and it's just trying to find available resources that they have in the area that we can help early childhood on their way before they get to kindergarten.
All right, thanks. Next, we have the superintendent update and good news.
all right, update, first off, just on the construction front. Tomorrow, we have our pre-bid meeting at 3 o'clock here at the CEC, so we'll have general contractors that are interested in putting bids on the CEC will be here, along with subcontractors. The architect and our owner's rep from ICS will be meeting with them and talking about the building and probably giving some tours, that type of thing. Because if you remember, between now and then. We open bids on March 8th, so that will be coming. We'll also, we don't have a firm date yet, but we believe within the next 2 weeks, Metcon, who was awarded the bid for the middle school, will be breaking ground on the north side of the middle school. So we've sent an email to middle school parents informing them of that, and with more details to follow. So we've done that. Also, what we got coming up too, our administrative team will be at the Lonsdale Business Expo on March 5th. That will be at Lonsdale Elementary. And so we'll have representation there. We'll have a booth set up and giving out trinkets and promoting our school district. And then next Saturday on the 12th, right here, March 12th at the CEC, we'll also be at that one, our administrative team too. So we've got 2 expos coming up. Then also what's going on tonight is our kindergarten information night. It used to be called registration, and registration still can be done on site there. Of course, everything's online now, but it, besides providing information and talking about what each of our schools offer, and meeting with the teachers and the administration there, they can also get help to sign up online there at the site. Many of them, I know Janelle right now is overwhelmed with the amount of registrations coming in online right now, so that's going to be very busy in the next couple weeks. The good news, we got a lot of great news here. I know it was since our last meeting, our speech team, our high school speech team took first place in a meet. Our girls state hockey team was constellation champions. They lost a tough first round game 2-1, but they came back to look very impressive in the next 2 games and took home constellation championship. So we want to congratulate them, their coach Andrea Peterson. The future is bright in girls hockey here, so it was fun. Brianna Allenson competed in the state gymnastics meet this past weekend, and we also had 4 wrestlers qualify for state. Now, we weren't expecting, I don't think Coach Tukalski, he was hoping, I don't know if he was expecting 4 individual wrestlers go to state, but obviously Griffin Perriott, who's a 2-time state champ, took first place in the section. Nick Knutson, who's had a great year but got injured about, I don't know how many weeks ago, 6 weeks ago or so, broke his fibula. He came back for sections and won it. It was just, I guess, very impressive. Cameron Schmitz, and he's a senior, and Gage Giles, a sophomore, who hasn't wrestled a whole lot this year. They both finished second place and qualified for the state meet. So very impressive. So we're very happy for our wrestlers as they go into the state meet this week.
I have a question. Wasn't Kavam in there too?
No, he did not. He took third. Yeah, I didn't think he finished top 2. Yep, and then Maria Berg, she, for Nordic skiing, our cooperative that we have with Prior Lake, she qualified for state the 4th time, I believe, and she placed 24th in the state meet, so she got all tournament honors for that, so that's pretty neat.
And I assume you're going to talk about graduation rates next month?
Well, you know what?
Just a quick blurb in the paper I saw.
Yeah, it's. I sent that to Chuck today. I forgot to mention that. Our graduation rate with our class at 2015 was 95%, and which is quite high. Obviously, the state average is 82%, so we're 13 points above the state. So,
Is there a place we can go to find out which schools are above us? I assume.
Yes, on the State Department of Education, it's got everyone listed.
Okay. Yes.
He wants to know his competition, apparently.
5%.
95 is pretty good, and we still have
is.
got some of the kids that did not make it. We've got. I don't want to give you an exact number, but I don't think there's 5 or 6 right now that are in our ALC right now that are still going and will be graduating this year. So there's a 4-year rate, which is what the press release we sent out, but there's also a 5-year rate and actually a 6-year rate for kids too. So that's how we keep track. All done.
Thank you. Next to our action items. First, we need to approve the ad for bids for the Falcon Ridge roof. don't know if do you want to read that, Denny, or should we just vote on it?
I have a resolution here. Is that what you're referring to?
Yep.
No, there's no resolution.
Oh, it's just the
To
advertisement for
accept
bids.
the gift. To
That's
accept-
for the
No,
gift,
no,
but this
that's
is
later.
Oh,
this is the Falcon Ridge.
So we just need a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey,
Motion passes 7-0. Fiscal year fund for revised budget. Sandy.
Right, I'm a perfectionist, as you know, so after we approved the revised budget in December, I noticed a couple of anomalies with the model and something I had done incorrectly in another spreadsheet. So I really like it to be accurate, so we know how well we performed against the budget at the end of the year. So I'm just bringing this back for reapproval, just the Fund 4 piece. And basically, it was about a $52,000 or $53,000 less in fund balance expected than I had reported in December. And most of that, the change was in school readiness. So we're still doing fine, it's just the numbers are a little bit different, and I just want to be accurate.
Good. I don't think,
Yeah.
not, I don't have
Kind of
any problem with it.
self-explanatory on the spreadsheet, I guess.
Pardon?
I said it's self-explanatory on
Yes.
the,
Yep.
can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the revised budget for 15-16.
I'll second that.
Any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you.
Next, we have the master agreement for the custodians.
I'll make a motion to approve the master agreement for 2015 to 17 with the custodians.
I'll second the motion.
Any big changes you want to point out, or pretty
No,
straightforward?
very standard with the other non-licensed groups.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Memorandum of Understanding with Early Childhood Family Education Supervisor.
This is the last individual one to come, and just needed to clarify a couple of things, and we're just ready for approval now.
I'll make a motion to approve the memo of understanding.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Resolution accepting the donation from Go for Sport.
Yes, we have received the opportunity to receive a gift, and whereas the school board may accept the gift valued at $1,000 or more only by adoption of a resolution by 2/3 of its members, and whereas Go for Sport, who is run by Andy Tuppy, Regional Sales Manager, wishes to donate a gift valued at $1,000 with no conditions to Raven Stream, and this gift includes 2 small ergo chairs, 2 secondary ergo chairs, 2 stability ball chairs, and a standing desk. Now therefore be resolved by the New Prague Area School Board that it shall accept the donation with no conditions. How do you vote on this, Don?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Kitten?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes.
Dennis? Yes. Item passes.
The final thing on our agenda are the New Prague Area Education Foundation grant approvals. We have 3 grants that they're awarding. One is at Falcon Ridge for Weebles Focus Well When They Wobble. It's alternatives to standard desk chairs that they're going to try in one of their classrooms. Second one is at the high school, a presentation that they're going to be giving for proud students. And the third one is also at the high school. It's a fetal alcohol simulator for their child development class.
I'll make a motion to approve the grants.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. You want?
I got one last thing I forgot to mention on the update before we adjourn here. I don't know if you saw it, and I'll send it to all the board members tomorrow, but there was an article in the Star Tribune today about pools and the importance of partnering with communities and the importance of having swimming classes in physical education, help with drowning prevention, and it's as important as any other activity because it's not only a life skill for kids to learn, but also a life-saving skill. So they talk about the role of public schools to incorporate swim instruction into the curriculum, And especially in the state of Minnesota with all of our lakes, learning is an important skill so we can enjoy the Minnesota summers, as short as they are. But I thought it was a pretty neat article and affirms, again, the educational purpose of, why we're doing, with our referendum, why we had the pool, and then also, obviously, there's a lot of more recreational activities for all ages too. But as far as our school district, the purpose of teaching those things are very important. So I think it just affirms that. It was a pretty neat article, and I'll send it to you.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
You want to make a motion to adjourn?
Oh, you didn't, okay. I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.